How we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 108 of our West Ham United career mode. We're back. We just won the league, and we're going to do our little season wrap-up here in the Barclays Premier League, see how things finished up. You can see Stoke, Leicester, and Burnley were relegated. Stoke's win on the final day of the season actually pushed them up to 18th, and it knocked Manchester United out of the top four. Arsenal and Chelsea ended up finishing 4th and 3rd respectively. Manchester City in 2nd with us in 1st. Manchester United unfortunately will be back in the Europa League. I say back because they were in this year, as you'll see coming up. Hull City with a very solid 6th finish. Southampton 7th. Arsenal 8th before you get the likely specimens of Everton, Tottenham, Liverpool down there 9th, 10th, and 11th. So a bit of a turn of events there. You can see Welbeck finished top of the league with 18 goals. Dybala, though, joint 2nd with 16. Sturridge joint 6th with 13. Connor Wickham joint 12th with 12 goals. So a lot of top quality goal scorers for us. You can see Andy Carroll actually finished with 10 for Liverpool after scoring, I think, 4 for us. Assists, Fabian Delph joint 4th with 7. Fantastic season from him. We can also see Aaron Cresswell from left back with 6 assists, did very well. Sturridge with 5 assists. A lot of guys in the assist chart here. Pastore with 5 assists from midfield, did very, very well. Dybala also with 5 assists. So assists across the board. We shared the ball very, very well. David De Gea finished the season with 6 clean sheets, which I'm not sure how many he left Manchester United with. I'd have to go back and look. I think he only had maybe 1, though, 1 or 2 at the most. So he did very well for us, made a lot of big saves, even games that he didn't necessarily keep a clean sheet in. He did make a lot of big saves to help us win our first ever Barclays Premier League title, including how well he played in that last game. So fantastic performance all around. Can't really say enough about how well our team played. And we then have to take care of a little bit of business to finish out the season. We can see a couple of youth players wanted to leave. Lewis Nerney wanted to leave. We also get, I think, $13.6 million for winning the Premier League, which is just absolutely phenomenal. And see that Daniel Sturridge, who did pick up a knock, that's why Wickham came on for him in the final game, he'll be out for just 5 days. So minor injury. He's got plenty of time to recuperate, and he can make himself feel better by taking a look at that Premier League winners medal. But we look at how our players look at the May update now. Obviously, we've seen them already, and we've offered some contracts now. We're going to go for Craig Croft. He looks like the absolute gem. He's going to be probably high 70s, maybe even 80, and he has potential to be special as long as he comes out well in his potential. Same thing with Davies there. He's going to be probably mid-70s, and he also looks like a player that could be an absolute superstar. We do offer a few more contracts there as well. And we'll finish up. We're going to see, we obviously won the Barclays Premier League, but we're going to take a look at how things finished the rest of the way around England, the rest of the competitions, and also the big international competitions as well. You can see Sunderland will actually be in the Community Shield against us, and they'll be in the Euro League because they actually beat Manchester United in that FA Cup final, which is, fair play to them. That's very, very solid. Tottenham Hotspur won the Capital One Cup, so despite their terrible finish in the league, I think they were in 10th or 11th, they'll actually be in the Europa League as well. Real Madrid beat Barcelona in El Clasico Champions League final 3-2, so it was definitely a cracker of a game, but Real Madrid come away with another Champions League victory. I think that's their 2nd in this career mode, if I remember correctly, so fair play. But the big news, Manchester United beating upstarts Hertha Berlin in the Euro League final, so that's really fair play to Manchester United. They have won the tournament. Obviously, that would get them into the Champions League in real life, but unfortunately for them, it's going to leave them in the Europa League yet again. And with that, that concludes our wrap-up here, and we're going to get now into the awards, and we're starting things off with the best transfer, and could it be anyone else? I mean, we did make some big deals during the season. We brought in Grenier, Pastore on free transfers. We brought in De Gea. We brought in Marquinhos. So many top-quality players that actually slot into our starting 11, but it had to be Daniel Sturridge. Look at the stats. 16 goals in 19 appearances. He was basically a goal-a-game striker, which is just absolutely almost unheard of in modern football. The only players that really are doing that at this point are guys maybe in a lower league. Not lower league like in England, but like a not as good of a quality league. Or Messi and Ronaldo. So to see Daniel Sturridge putting up 16 goals in 19 appearances for us, 11 in 14 Premier League appearances with 5 assists, so he's accounting for more than a goal a game, has to make him the big transfer of the season. Carrying on, another striker won best transfer last year was Paulo Dybala. So Daniel Sturridge, best transfer that we made, no doubt about it, in the deal that sent Andy Carroll back to Liverpool. Second award, though, most improved, has to go to Nicholas Nkulu, and it was a toss-up here. I wanted to give it to Connor Wickham because of how he improved throughout the season, but I had to give it to Nkulu because he was the stalwart. He played the most Premier League appearances for us, 36. He did have 1 assist. He played 46 appearances in all competitions, 14 games in which he achieved a clean sheet. Did very well, and it was such an improvement on last season when, despite his high rating, he didn't play that well, so he was in and out of the team a lot. We had a pretty solid rotation of him, Tompkins, and Reed, and now Nkulu is honestly one of the first names on the team sheet. He's in there every single game. He's improving at a rapid rate, and just the way he plays is so strong. He's very strong, good in the tackle, but he's also got that pace to keep up with a lot of top-quality attackers, and for me, that's really why he does win most improved. The 2 past most improved winners, though, have left the club, so hopefully that won't mean the same for Nkulu in the future, but hopefully there will be more great things to come from him. The next award we're going to get into is the Unsung Hero Award, and it's really a player that deserves a lot of plaudits, and to be honest, there's no question about it. It was Cheikhou Kouyaté. The guy is an absolute menace. He played very well in the Champions League, and he was really the engine of our midfield. Delph did so well. Pastore, Grenier, guys like that were very solid, but Cheikhou Kouyaté was all over the pitch repeatedly. Every single game he was putting in a massive shift. Definitely, I think he actually led the team in tackles from midfield, so he was phenomenal. He also had 5 goals, 4 assists, and 41 appearances, which is very solid. Scored a couple of bangers. Scored, I think, a 25-yard screamer into the top corner against Bayern Munich to beat Manuel Neuer, so that's one he can tell the family about. And 3 goals, 3 assists in the Premier League as well. Very, very strong performance from Kouyaté, and he actually takes the award away from the fullbacks. Aaron Cresswell won it in Season 1. Season 2, it went to Carl Jenkinson. So phenomenal play from Kouyaté, and honestly, a well-deserved Unsung Hero Award winner. The next award will be Goal of the Season, and I mean, I told you it would be. Could it be anyone else? Daniel Sturridge, the chip versus Sunderland. It's a lovely ball. Barber eventually picked it up. He played it into Fabian Delph. Delph goes over the top. Daniel Sturridge is in. He sees the keeper coming out. Manone goes for the ball, and Sturridge in the back of the net. How about that for a finish, Daniel? You're an absolute legend. Very big performance from Daniel Sturridge all together in the whole season, and this was the cherry on top. It's a lovely goal, and the reason it has to win goal of the season, there was some great individual efforts. I had some massive finesses from outside the box. I remember one that Rafa scored, one that Delph scored, and just some really top quality goals, but it's honestly the first real chip I've scored in FIFA on manual shooting this season, and that's why it had to be goal of the season for me, and to be honest, well deserved. And that will lead us into our final award, the Moose's Mighty Hammer Player of the Season, and you knew it was coming. This is based on points, obviously, and this was the tightest Moose's Mighty Hammer we've ever had. It was actually won by just 2 points. Paulo Dybala just edging out Aaron Cresswell for Hammer of the Year. So our superstar striker against our captain, the superstar left back, and Dybala, it's well deserved. He takes the reins from Oxlade-Chamberlain, who honestly had a better season than he did last year, but just the play of guys like Dybala outdid him. 16 goals in the Premier League, 5 assists, 16 goals, was second in the league just behind Danny Welbeck. 22 goals in all competitions, 9 assists overall. He had a part in 31 goals in his 43 appearances, which was just a magical performance. Not to mention, he didn't even play striker in probably 2/3 of those appearances. He came off he was really playing as like a winger, so to have 22 goals from the wing was just masterful, and he really was that key moment when we needed it. So Paulo Dybala, your Hammer of the Season. And that's going to bring us now to the final part of the episode here. We're finishing up the season, wrapping things up. Aaron Cresswell comes to me, our captain, says, look, I talked to you earlier in the season. I decided I wanted to stay. I changed my mind, but I haven't signed a new deal. I'd like to increase my wage because I am leading the team. I think I deserve it. And to be honest, I agree with him. The guy scored 5 goals and had 6 assists from left back. That's ridiculous. So we offered him a new deal, 60 grand a week. He actually requested 50. So if we get him on that, would be great. Another guy who had asked actually for a better contract earlier in the season was Connor Wickham. I waited till the end and finally decided to offer him a new deal, which he accepted right away. He's very happy to get a little bit of a wage increase. Whereas Cresswell says, you know what, I'm not sure if I want to sign. I want a little bit more money. We know that's what he wants. He wants to be paid like he is one of the top players of the club, which he is. So I offer him $5 grand more, 65 grand a week, and he says, you know what, let's go, Gaffer, we're gonna sign it up. That's going to be it. I'm staying at the club. I'm leading the team out into the Champions League again next season, and we're trying to go all the way. That's what the target we're looking for. So to finish this episode off, we're going to give you a squad report. It's going to have the stats, then the player ratings. Feel free to pause it whenever you want to take a look at any player you're looking for, and we'll also have our best squad. I've compiled it. It'll be at the end of the squad report. What I want you to do is to let me know who you think our top players are, who you think we should sell on next season, and give me some suggestions for positions we need to work on and who you would bring in to fill those positions. I want to hear what you guys think. Also, I have a lot of ideas in mind. I'm already putting those into work, getting some scouting in on some players, but I want to hear what you guys think as well as we get rocking and rolling into season 4. That's why I want to hear back from you guys. Let me know in the comments. That's what I want to see. I want to see a lot of comments from you guys with players you want to see coming to the club and players you think would do a big job for us. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in episode 109. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.